Students, today I'm going to show you how to use your web camera and an app called Screencastify to record yourself in case you need to do a performance or maybe do some type of conversation or explain your information verbally if you wanted to, and then turn that into the Google Classroom. So down here, when you click on the little zero, you have to go to the web store. You're going to get the Screencastify video recorder. If it's not there for you, you search by typing in screencastify. Okay, then you search that, and then you would add it. You can see that I already have it added. There's going to be some steps you're going to follow that I'm going to show you through some screenshots that will help you properly set up the Screencastify situation by connecting your Google account and things of that nature. When you're ready to use it, it's going to be located up here in the corner.
So when you decide to say add the extension, it's going to give you a couple of little prompts that you're going to want to be aware of. And one is it's going to give you the sign in with Google, which you want to do, obviously, just like always with your TCAP student account. You're going to want to allow it to turn on your camera and microphone and drawing and annotation tools. You'll hit next, and then it is going to just make sure a little pop-up's going to open, and it's going to say, do you want to allow this to happen? You must say allow. It is defaulted to deny, so make sure you're paying attention so that you don't end up having to go back into your settings and try to figure that out after the fact. So you want to make sure that you say allow. And then after that, it's going to say, hooray, you're all set. And then you're going to move on to the phase of selecting whether or not you want to use that desktop, webcam, or browser tab to do your recording with. What you will see is a little window that pops open and asks you to do a couple of things. And you'll see that you have the choice to do a screen recording of like a browser tab, of your whole desktop, or of your webcam only. And like I talked about, this one's really about using your webcam, but you also can use Screencastify to record whatever you want to do on your screen up to 5 minutes, which is really nice. You want to make sure your microphone is switched on, and you'll see this little green highlight there. That's showing that I double checked by speaking into the microphone, and that was causing some jumping levels that were green. So that's good. If you weren't getting any levels when you were talking after this little microphone was turned on, you're going to want to hit that drop down right there and make sure that it knows that you want your computer's microphone on. Your camera, it's probably going to default right to your webcam on your Chromebook, so you'll be good there. So just to reiterate, if we are going to do the webcam recording of our performance or an explanation for a teacher, we're going to choose this option right here. And then once we have chosen that, we are good to go. And then we're going to hit the record button. It usually will give you a little countdown, like a 3, 2, 1, and make a little ding, ding, ding noise. And then you will see yourself, and it should begin recording you.
Okay, students, here's an example of the webcam feature. So I'm recording myself, obviously, right now by choosing webcam only. I pre-tested my microphone like I talked about, and now I'm going to perform, speak, share my answer, whatever it is. And then when I hit stop, that will save automatically to my Google Drive. And then I can wait a few minutes, head into my drive, and turn that into Classroom. So this is what opens up after I finish a recording. The Screencastify will open up into a little editor. You can actually even trim the video if you want a little bit. We'll take a look. In webcam only, I pre-tested my microphone like I talked about. So you could see if I had something happen and I started over or I just needed to trim it, you can do that using these little scissors. Nice thing right here is you can change this to whatever you need it to be with your name. This is part 3 of my Screencastify tutorial, right? And You just hit enter on that, and that becomes the title. Now look what happens. You can share it to Classroom. Probably not the best way to do that, actually, just because you want to make sure it gets in the right assignment. You can share it through a link. You can publish it to YouTube, but it's already going automatically to Google Drive, and you can get that shareable link right there, and it'll copy it for you. But I do want to show you that it's going to show up in Drive also, so that in case you needed to find it later on or just access that. I mean, you could go to recent, obviously, but I want to show you that in your student folder, you have a folder called Screencastify once you install that extension. And then any recordings you do show up in this Screencastify folder in your Google Drive, which is really nice. So then that way you could choose that one performance piece and turn that in, right? So it looks like maybe my newest one isn't there yet. I'm not seeing it. Remember that I named it Part 3 Screencastify, so it may still be processing. Depending on how long it is, they can take a few minutes. So now it says I copied the link. So let's go check out and see if I could turn that in using that copied link before it's fully processed. I'm not really sure what's going to happen there. I'm going to add that work. This was a link, if you recall, because it copied. I'm going to hit Control V to copy it and say add. And then look at that, Part 3 Screencastify. Now, if it's not fully rendered yet, it might say, we're processing this video, come back later. But it didn't take too long, so there it is. And we're starting to see that that is there. So that's awesome. And then I can just verify that, and then I can hit the turn in button, say turn in, and I'm all done. And that would be how you use Screencastify, the webcam feature of Screencastify, and your Google Drive to turn in a video that you take using the webcam on your Chromebook to Google Classroom.